Hi guys, good morning. Today I'm making a review of a book titled Talent, and it is written by Bayo Adebowale in 1995. I'll be reviewing first three stories, and the first one titled Tanko's Exit, written by Bayo Adebowale. In the village of Ufi, there is a man called Tanko. He's a warrior and hero, and is someone that whenever the villagers um whenever the villagers whenever he gets in touch with the villagers, all the villagers will be so worried about his coming. And the man in question is a debt collector, and here is a man Korede, a debtor. So Tanko's getting to Ufi town on a day, and he was asking for his debtor Korede, and all the villagers were like, Korede wasn't around, and the elder in Kufi was able to speak to Tanko because they knows that he's a giant man, so was able to talk to Tanko that if he's willing to see Korede, he needs to go to Korede's farm. On his way going to Korede's farm, he saw some strange things on his way, like a bird singing on his way going, a fruit dropping on his head, and it was like he has to go because he's a giant man. Getting there, he saw Korede standing naked. And to talk about Korede is a man that is a black man. Is handsome, to say it is handsome. So getting there, Korede was afraid to see Tankos, and he was like, how did I have to explain to this man, the man that never listened to stories. So Tankos was like, the money you're about to give me, before counting of 3, you have to give me. I was like, 1, the 2 minutes is already reading. Before saying the 3, give me the money into my hand. And four empty man came out of the bush and threw Tanko down. Then he was tumbled on the ground. So what the story was about was teaching us is that there is nobody who is powerful that nobody can't compete with. For example, Tanko is a giant man. You know, when we say he's a debt collector, and he's well known to the villagers that whenever he says I'm going to do this, he's going to do this, because some of the villagers, they knows that whenever the debtor are not able to pay the debt, he normally collects their beautiful wives and even to adopt their children. And he has even destroyed so many villages, not to be mentioned with. The second story I'll be reviewing today is titled Danger Zone, and it is written by Adeola Akande. It is a story about an institution student named Romoke and Mojola. Romoke is a fresher of an higher institution, while Mojola is a childhood friend, and she is also a roommate to Romoke. So on getting to the school campus in an hostel, Mojola told Romoke that there is a party some ladies introduced her to come and join at night, and Romoke was like, what is the party all about? A night party. So Romoke remembered that her parent has already sit her down when she was about going to the institution that she should never followed a bad gang. Mojola refused to listen to Romoke's advice, and she invites those ladies named Aliman and as second member, which are the leaders of movers and shakers. So they came into the hostel of Romoke and Mojola to confuse Romoke, and Romoke was like, when she saw them, that those girls were dressing in a rag way, and she was like, if those ones were real from a good home, they won't be dressing in this way. So she said she has to go out, so she excused them. So all those girls were talking to Mojola that why did her friend behave in that way. So one of Mojola's friends came, and when Romoke's friends came and they were asking for Romoke, and Mojola have to lie to them that one of his brother came from town to check for Romoke. And the girls told Mojola that at night they are going for the party, that there will be a bus waiting for them at the front of the hostel. So Mojola dressed up to go for the party. On getting to the party, there was an introduction. He was seeing some politicians, and she was so amazed about the party. And later, there is a man and a woman that came to the party. They introduced themselves to the groups that they are. One is grandpa and one is grandma. So they were telling those, they were welcoming those new people that this member is about you associating yourself into two different groups. It's either you associate yourself with cult groups or night clubs. So Mujela was like, how did I explain to Rumoke? So she has to go home in an angry, in an angry way. So when she got home, and this Rumoke we're talking about, she's very emotional. She's from a Christian family and she normally pray and fast. She's so religious. So she has to sleep. She has to sleep and dreamed about Mojola. Everything that happened in her absence, she was able to see it, and she was like, is this what Mojola is going to do? How will she save her friend? And suddenly Mojola came back and was tired and she slept off. So later, Romoke was now asking Mojola that, are you worried about anything? But Mojola refused to tell Romoke. So later they prayed. What this story tells us is that whenever our parents sent us to institution, we should never associate ourselves with bad gangs, and we should always listen to what our parents tells us, like advice. So assuming Mojola has listened to her parents' advice, she would never fall in a victim of going into the party. And the third story is titled Dreamland, and it is written by Muyiwa Ojo. When you heard about Dreamland, you first think about it that what's the story all about? But it's about a poor man and a rich woman. One afternoon, a poor man was at a police checkpoint, and a new car jacked the out, and he was so surprised that this is my dream car. And to think about it, when we talk about a new car, I mean a popular car. So we thought maybe you just think about Prado, or you think about Ferrari or Camry, but this time it is 500e Mercedes Benz, and it was a dream car to the poor man. And involuntarily, the poor man had to get down from his own car to help the woman, and the woman was very excited. The man was eager to help the woman, and he guessed that maybe it is a plug problem. The woman was able to accept the man's opinion, and the woman opened the bonnet, and the man was able to check the plug. So later he told the woman to go and start the car so that they could confirm maybe it is working again. And the woman was willingly giving the man a key that he should go and test the car by himself. Started the car. The car was on, and the woman was so amazed, and he told the man that he handed over the key to the man that he should try to drive it round for some minutes to test the availability of the car. So the man, you know, when we talk about dream something, the man was dreaming, as in he had to dream for the car before that. Imagine if I should have money, I'll be able to buy this type of car. So he was so happy that, hey, so today I'll be able to enter inside this popular car. So he started the car and he was going on a main road, whereby he hit a small boy, not knowing that the small boy has a gang and it was a planned work. So he rushed down from the car to help the boy, and it was just some armed robber who wanted to hijack the car from the poor man's hand or to collect money from him. So later, those armed robber was able to tie the man's hand at the back. They were taking him to where they need to hide him, and later the man was able to force the rope tied on his hand. So, and he ran to the car to start the car, then he moved on, he drove on. So later going again, he saw some police at the checkpoint, and he was afraid this time around that this car is not owned by me. So how do I explain? Even those policemen have to request for the document of the car. So you just have to be less worried that So those policemen stopped him and they were like, please man, can you open your boot for us? So he had to press the button from the front of the steering, and the bonnet opened. So they checked it and there's nothing to be found in the boot. So he was happy and he was driving. He was about to go in when one policeman was like, so this oga cannot even give us money. You know those are policemen at the checkpoint now. They will be willing that someone should be able to give them maybe 100 naira or 200 even when you are rich. So the man heard what he said and was like, no, I don't have to listen to what you are saying. What is in my mind is just to go to that woman to go and return the car. So he drove to the woman's place, and just to give her the car and the car key. You can't just believe that the story was just a dream. He was totally dreaming about the car. So the story tells us that whenever we are dreaming about something and we are capable of it, maybe we are not capable of getting it yet and we are working, then we should try to get relaxed a little bit so that we will be able to get what we are willingly to get. Thank you all for viewing my first book review, and pardon my mistakes, and always remember to watch out for more videos, and thank you all.